hate the Spurs.
Who, me?
Or me. I can tell you why I hate the Spurs.
Oh,
And we actually do need to do some cleanup because I went back. The Spurs did go to the finals back to back one time. That was the year.
LeBron, right?
12 and 13.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Cavaliers.
Yeah.
So other than that, though, they never went to the finals back to back. And so
It's still a dynasty, though, man.
No, that was 13, 14.
14.
yeah,
I think it could be. So was that a correction of why they should or shouldn't be a dynasty?
no. That was just a correction of like we
Oh.
said they never went to the finals back to back.
Yeah, dynasty.
I'm not saying they're not a dynasty. I think the Lakers dynasty was better. That's my
no argument. Yeah, I don't think you can. I can think you have multiple dynasties. I don't think I had like just one. I think I have multiple. Like, yeah.
My argument was birthed from people saying the Spurs were the dynasty of the 2000 to 2010.
D or A?
The dynasty. The dynasty. They were not the dynasty from 2000 to 2010.
Has there ever been? Okay, yeah, obviously they have been.
Because the Lakers had a break.
But
When the Shaq and Kobe Lakers broke up and then they weren't, that's kind of when
it wasn't dominating. So the first 4 years of the decade, the Lakers went to the finals and won 3 of those 4. Then in the back half, the last 2 years of that, the last 3 years, the Lakers won again and won 2 of those 3. So from 2000 to 2010, the Lakers got 5 titles in that span, and people were trying to tell me that was the Spurs decade. I'm like,
wait. So
Yeah.
the Lakers went to 4 out of 5 the first five years.
3 out of 4.
they won.
They won 3 out of 4, but they went to 4 out of 5.
No, they won
Finals.
4 straight.
They didn't go 4 straight. The Spurs got in there with New Jersey 1 year
You're right. They did. They went 4 out of 5.
after the three-peat.
Right. So the Lakers have 5 titles in those 10 years, and the Spurs have 2.
When you say 4 out of 5, what are the 5?
The Lakers went there 3 straight. The Spurs went because they went and beat the Nets in 03, and then the Lakers went in 04 and lost to the Pistons.
Right. So that's.
And then the next year the Spurs the next year the fucking Mavs went.
I say my bad.
No, next year's Spurs.
Okay,
Mavs
Spurs, Mavs, Spurs.
Mavs went after that.
So it went Lakers, Spurs, Lakers, Spurs, Mavs, Spurs, Lakers, Lakers, Lakers. How many times did we say Lakers compared to when we said Spurs?
Hold on, what is this? Is it 2000 to 2010?
Yep. Kobe went 08, 09, 010, 2010. He lost in 08, won in 09 against the Magic, beat the Celtics in 2010.
You said the Mavs more than once?
No, I said the Mavs one time.
Okay.
So the Spurs got 3 in that span.
And the Lakers have 5. And the Lakers went back to back. How did the Spurs even enter this best team of the decade conversation? I don't get it.
Who did this beat? The Nets, the Cavaliers, and
The Pistons.
Pistons. Yeah.
It
was the Cavaliers. Forgetting about.
She left Robert Horry wide open.
So for me, like, that's why I'm like, yo, the Spurs is getting all this extra, like, team dynasty love, and it's like
They had the consistency of the winning seasons. That's why people are saying that.
Yeah.
They go through those down years that Kobe went through in, 5, 6, and 7.
I mean, I get it. Like, but all those years Kobe wasn't out the playoffs. I mean, he coughed up that 3-1 lead, but like he was still in the playoffs. So it's more like a I guess a style thing. I'm like, it's cool if you like that style of play. Like, that's cool, but like, let's not distort the facts. Let's not try to make things not to be what they are. Like, the Spurs was a great playoff team all the time, but like the team of the decade, that has to be the Lakers, hands down. I don't even see how it's a. And then if you want to look at 2010 to 2020, like, don't we call that the LeBron decade? Like, so.
Joe.
I don't know.
That was all Phil, right? During that Laker decade, it was all one coach.
Around decade. I mean,
Yeah, that was Phil.
So
Okay, making sure. No, I'm just making sure.
every time they went to the finals, yeah, Phil was there. He wasn't the coach from 2000 to 2010.
I wonder if that. So I wonder if that's a factor. Is that? No, not take away from the talent of the team. But when you consider a dynasty, do you have to have the coach? I'm just asking. Do you have to have a coach in place for that dynastic type of feeling? Like, could it be that because it wasn't? I'm just asking. Like you had it's like between 2000 to 2010, it was the Spurs. They were like the one type of flavor. There wasn't like you see what I'm saying? But with the Lakers, you have a beginning and an end period. So from a dynastic perspective, like when you think of a Ming dynasty, it's the Ming dynasty. Like you seem like it's a cohesiveness.
just not the greatest dynasty of that decade.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm saying could it be looked at not as a cohesive quote unquote dynasty, but it doesn't get that perception.
So I guess my thing is like, in using your analogy, like if you look at the Roman dynasty, they didn't have like, maybe my history is off, but like then they have different leaders.
Oh yeah.
So like I would look at that like, okay, the Lakers are more like the Roman dynasty. We don't have one family leading it, but like you ain't fucking with us because we the Romans, we the Lakers. You might catch us when we got a little down period, but like when we on top, we on top.
Gotcha.
So it's like, all right, yeah, the Spurs was a nice dynasty.
He want to talk about my man again. Go ahead, bring up the hate.
Why is that considered?
Because he went there 8 years straight.
Are you serious, man?
8 years straight. He's the Eastern dynasty at least.
In those 10 years, he won 3 championships, right? And lost, right?
Yeah, so he was there for half a decade.
I'm just
He was
asking.
there for 8 years a day.
He went to the